2 of the 1986 World Series. This is Boston at Houston. Boston leads the series 1-0. They won game 1 on a 3-run home run in the 10th inning from Rich Gedman, the catcher. And that was after Houston had put up 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th in order to tie the game. They were down 6-2 at the time. Wound up losing 9-6, but provided a little bit of spark. And let's see if that continues over into game 2. Let's go through the lineups. For the Red Sox, it'll be Boggs at third, Marty Barrett at second, Buckner at first, Jim Rice in left, Dwight Evans in right, Gedman catching. Dave Henderson gets a start in center field, and Spike Owen at shortstop. The pitcher will be Roger Clemens. Clemens in 1986, 254 innings. He was 24-4. He won the Cy Young and the MVP. 248 ERA, 238 strikeouts in 254 innings, only 67 walks that season. And for the Astros, the home Astros, it's going to be Bill Doran at second, Hatcher in center field. Denny Walling gets the start at third base against the right-hander. Glenn Davis at first, Kevin Bass in right, Jose Cruz in left. Andy Ashby is the catcher. Craig Reynolds gets a start in this game against the right-handed pitcher. And going for the Astros is Mike Scott, their number 1. In 275 innings, 37 starts, he went 18-10 with a 2.22 ERA, 306 strikeouts in 275 innings, only 72 walks. All right, so this is number 1 against number 1. And kind of waiting for this matchup. Game 1 was Bruce Hurst against Nolan Ryan, which was a good pitching matchup. This is a great pitching matchup. So you're getting Mike Scott in some of Scott's great years, and Clemens at the very beginning of his career. I have my charts up here. Got our teams over here for benches and pitchers. And I think we're ready to rock and roll in this 86 World Series, game number 2. And let's see how this turns out. First up is Wade Boggs, the third baseman. Boggs 357 on the year, 8 home runs, 71 RBIs. This is going to be some form of an out, and it'll be a fly ball to center field. And the center fielder is Hatcher. He comes in and makes the play for out number 1, and we're off in game number 2. Marty Barrett up. Barrett, 286 hitter in 1986. This is going to be a liner, and that goes to center field. And dead in his tracks is Hatcher as he makes the play again. And that's going to be out number 2. Brings up Billy Buckner. Buckner had a nice game in game 1. 267 hitter, 18 home runs, 102 RBIs. Mike Scott's got his number here. That's going to be another liner. And this is going to go to center field again. And 3 up, 3 down. Go the Red Sox in the first. And Mike Scott puts them away. Actually, Mike Scott and Billy Hatcher, they're the only 2 who made the putaways in that inning. So we go to the bottom of the first. Astros up for the first time. This is going to be Bill Doran, Billy Hatcher, and Denny Walling. 766 off of Clemens is going to be a walk. So he walks Bill Doran right out of the chute. Doran, 1-259, he's taken off, and he is. So let's see, 1-600 is his success, and he's going to get thrown out. So Doran walks, takes off for second, and gets caught stealing for out number 1. 1 down with Billy Hatcher stepping in. It's going to be a grounder, and that's going to go to third base. It's a 1-10, so 1 and 10. That means it's a range check on the third baseman. If he doesn't get to the ball, it's going to be a double down the line for Hatcher. So he scorches one down the line. Let's see what the roll is. 295. Third baseman is Boggs, and he is a range of 270. So out of Boggs's range at third, and that's going to be a double down into the left field corner as Hatcher cruises in and gets it past Boggs at third. That's how range checks work. Basically, you roll, and then you check the player's range on the defense. If it is above his range, then the play is through for a hit. If it's below his range, then he makes the play to first. So you need to do the range check before you do the error check, because if he gets to it, but then he makes an error, that's a part of it too. But just think about the play, how it would happen. Does he get there? If he gets there, does he catch it and make the throw? That's what we're looking for. Denny Walling up now. Walling with a man at second base and one out. This is going to be a strikeout from Clemens. Wow, that went really far. A 385 is going to be a strikeout looking. So that's out number 2. And the Astros in danger of stranding a man at second base here. It's Glenn Davis standing in. The pitch from Clemens. It's going to be a rocket hit to right field. And the right fielder is Dwight Evans, and he's there to get that liner. And that's going to be out number 3 as the Astros strand Hatcher at second base. Still no scores. We go to the top of the second inning. And Boston up in the second. It'll be Rice, Evans, and Gedman in this inning. That was a 193. And it's going to be a liner as well. This one hit hard to center field. Hatcher there again. Apparently nobody else wants to play on defense. Hatcher is the only one out there making plays. Scott throwing to the biggest part of the Astrodome. 390, and then that's going to be a fly ball to left field, and the left fielder is Cruz. Finally, someone else on the team makes an out. I really do promise you that the game is not only for center fielders. That's going to be out number 2. So Gedman up now. His first at bat. This is going to be a strikeout, and that will be a 450. So that's going to be a strikeout looking. That is Scott's first strikeout of the day. And Boston goes down 1-2-3 in the second. So far, 2 clean innings for Mike Scott. And we go to the bottom of the second. It will be Kevin Bass, Jose Cruz, and Andy Ashby up. Here's the pitch from Clemens. And that's going to be another line drive. This one goes to short right field. Coming in hard is Dewey Evans, and he's going to make the play in right. So 1 down, and that's going to bring up Jose Cruz. Cruz, a left fielder, 278 hitter, 10 RBI or 10 home runs, 72 RBIs in 1986. Clemens is going to get the out here. This is going to be a grounder to second base, and the second baseman is Barrett, and he's up with it and over to first for the out. 2 outs, and Andy Ashby to the plate, the catcher for the Astros. It's going to be another out. This will be another grounder as Clemens throws the fork ball, and he gets him to swing over the top of it. It is a grounder to, it was a grounder to 7-1. That's going to be to the first baseman. First baseman makes the play. Bill Buckner tosses it to Clemens, who's covering, and a 1-2-3 inning for Roger Clemens against the bottom-ish of the order in Houston. Top of the third now. It will be Henderson, Owen, and Clemens, the bottom of the order for Boston. This will be a liner, another line drive. This one goes to left field, deepish left field. No problem for Cruz as he goes back on it and he makes the play. for out number 1. It's not a lot of strikeouts here yet for Mike Scott, but he is getting the batters out. This could be trouble. 983. 983 is going to be a wild pitch, so nothing happening there. And instead, it's going to be a 1000, and that's real trouble as Spike Owen gets a hold of one. What we can do here is, because this is a home run, Spike Owen only has 1 home run, so we're going to make Spike Owen hit for the home run. This is one of the mechanics that you can do if you want to limit home runs for light hitting players like Spike Owen or a pitcher, and you don't want them to be hitting home runs here and here, because Spike Owen 956 to 1000 is a home run, but he doesn't hit a lot. So if you want to limit home runs, we can do that, and we'll just do that for this game. So in the home run column here, when it's an outcome, you just treat it like it's an out, and then we'll go over and we'll roll against. You treat it like it's a hit, and we'll roll against his hits. So his hit is a 453, and you can see 1 to 826 is a single. So instead of hitting a home run, he hits a single, which is probably more in line with Spike Owen. So if you want to do that for sort of light hitting batters, I think that is definitely a good option. Some people are disturbed by the fact that a light hitting player like that has the same opportunity to hit a home run as Jim Rice. So I understand that. All right, we got a man at first base. Roger Clemens to the mound. He's going to bunt. See if we can get that guy in scoring position. We have our bunting chart over here. I do have several charts here that I'm just kind of keeping off to the side. We have our bunting plays chart. And so let's just keep that here in front of us. It'll be Roger Clemens. And all we do is roll off of the bunting chart. It's a 666, and a 666 is going to be a success. 3-4 on the putout. So we're going to say sacrifice hit 3-4. That's going to be out number 2. And he's going to go to second on the sacrifice. Easy as that. Bunting is really not difficult in this game when you use that chart. We also have a squeeze bunt chart if you ever want to do a squeeze play with a runner at third base and less than 2 outs. So, all right, Wade Boggs, opportunity to put Boston ahead here with a base hit, and he is not going to do it. And that's going to be a ground ball to second base. The second baseman is Doran, and he comes in and he's going to make the play over to first, and that's going to be out number 3. So Boston gets a runner into scoring position in the third, but they can't get him home, and the score is still tied at 0 as we go to the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Reynolds, Scott, and then back to the top of the order with Bill Doran. Craig Reynolds, 249 hitter, 9 home runs, or 6 home runs, 41 RBIs in split playing time at shortstop. He was splitting with Dickie Thon. This is going to be a grounder to 1-3 is a grounder, sort of a short ground ball that the third baseman has to come in hard on. The third baseman is Boggs. He bare hands it, throws it to first, and he gets the out at first on Reynolds. 5-3 on the putout for out number 1. I feel a sneeze coming on, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Sometimes they do, right? Sometimes they come on and they happen, and sometimes they don't. When I was doing radio games back in college, they give you the little cough button on there, and thankfully these headphones have a little mute button that I can mute as well, so if I ever need to. All right, so the pitcher is up. Mike Scott is the pitcher. For pitchers, I like to take 100 off, so this is basically a 0.65. That sort of prevents them from hitting home runs as well, or you could do the same thing where if they roll here, it's a hit, and then you allow them, you just roll off of their hit numbers, because they do have an opportunity for a home run, 960 to 1,000. It's just, it's not very likely. 474 is going to be a ground ball. 629, a 6 and a 2 is a grounder to first base, and the first baseman is Bill Buckner. He will take it unassisted to the bag, and that's going to be out number 1, or out number 2. Sorry. Back to the top of the order, Bill Doran. He walked and then promptly got thrown out stealing in his first at bat. 923. This is going to be a hit. And the hit is a single. A 054 is within his 1 to 750 range, so that's going to be a single for Bill Doran. Let's see if he takes off this time again. 1 to 259 he's going, and he's trying again. Going back to the well, 1 to 600, he's safe, and he's in there. So he is 1 for 2 in the stolen base department, and he is in scoring position with 2 outs. A base hit's going to score him because with 2 outs, I always give him an extra base. And so he would be able to score even on a single. So let's see what Hatcher's got. 560. That's going to be a strikeout, and that will be a strikeout looking as Clemens gets him with the K. That's Clemens' only his second strikeout of the night, but a big one as he strands another runner at second base. And a couple of scoring opportunities for the teams here, but nobody able to push a run across yet. It is 0-0 as we go into the 4th inning. This is exactly the sort of pitching matchup I expected from the 2 aces. Scott will be tested. This is the middle of the order for Boston: Barrett, Buckner, and Rice. It's going to be an out. This is a grounder, and that's going to go to 5-5. 5-5 is going to be to the shortstop. So just past the mound, and the shortstop is Craig Reynolds. He comes in hard on it, and he makes a quick throw to first and makes the out for out number 1. Bill Buckner to the plate. He lined out to center field. One of the many who have lined out to center field in this game. 898. That's going to be a base hit. Let's see what he's got. 389 is going to be a single. So Buckner on with the second hit of the day for Boston. Let's see if he goes. 1 to 47. He's taken off, and he's not going anywhere. And it'll be Jim Rice to the plate. Jim Rice. Let's see. We'll let Jim Rice hit away. He lined out to center in his first at bat as well. He's going to make it out here, and let's see what happens. 630. So that's going to be a grounder. That'll be to 4-7. 4-7 is going to be only play is to first base. That's a grounder to short, sort of a little chopper to short, and the only play for Reynolds is over to first. So he's going to make the out at first, but runner's going to go to second on the fielder's choice. And like we said before, you get an extra base with 2 outs. So that runner, anytime you get them to second base with 2 outs, that's a good thing because they can be knocked in even with a single. 562, no dice here. And that's going to be a strikeout looking as Evans goes down for the 3rd out of the inning. Strikeout number 2 for Mike Scott, and both pitchers pitching very well. They continue to get runners into scoring position, but cannot get them home. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Boston at Houston in the Astrodome, game number 2 of the '86 World Series, and we are tied as we head to the bottom of the 4th. For the Astros, it'll be the heart of the order. It's Walling, Davis, and Kevin Bass. Denny Walling with the fly ball. This is going to go to right field. Evans is there, and he squeezes it for out number 1. Glenn Davis up. This is a liner from Glenn Davis as he hits it hard, but he hits it right at the center fielder. Coming in on it is the center fielder, Henderson. We haven't heard much from in this series, but Dave Henderson playing out there in center field, getting the start over Tony Armas. So he makes the out for out number 2. Kevin Bass to the plate. Bass is 0 for 1. He lined out to right in his first at bat. This is going to be a ground ball, and it's going to go to the second baseman, and the second baseman is Barrett. Fields it cleanly, gets it over to Buckner, and that's another 1-2-3 inning for Roger Clemens, and the Rocket is matching Mike Scott pitch for pitch in this game. We go to the top of the fifth. Our game is tied at 0, and this is a really good one shaping up here. Nice quick pace, good pitching, and we'll see how this holds. It's going to be Gedman, Henderson, and Owen in the top of the fifth inning. Scott with the pitch. This is going to be a grounder, and that goes to first base, right down the first base line. Getting to it is the first baseman Davis, and he's going to flip to the pitcher covering, and Scott steps on the bag for out number 1. It'll be Henderson up now, the center fielder. He lined out to left in his first at bat. He's going to strike out here as he becomes victim number 3, and he swings and misses for strike 3. This will be out number 2. Spike going up. Owen is 1 for 1. He singled and then got to second on a Roger Clemens sacrifice. He's not so much luck here as he's going to be hit. He's going to hit into a ground ball out. This is going to be to second base. The second baseman is Doran. Doran over to Davis. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Mike Scott in the 6th. All right, pitching all around. This is going to be the Astros. Jose Cruz, Andy Ashby, and Craig Reynolds. 9:45. That's going to be a hit for Cruz off of the Rocket. 6:43. That's going to be a single. And so Jose Cruz comes through the base hit. He's now 1 for 2. Let's see where that base hit goes. Goes to 10-7. 10-7 is a plus 200 if he wants to try to take an extra base. His running is a 290, so that'd make him a 1-490. 1-490 to get into scoring position. You know, we got the bottom of the order up. We're going to send him. We're going to do the aggressive thing in a scoreless game. Mike Scott's still on the mound. And he makes it in there, so he goes for it. On the single into left center field, he converts that to a double. And he's in there to second base with the head first slide just ahead of the throw from Dave Henderson. Surprising everybody, Cruz takes off, and he makes it into second. So nobody out, and a runner at second base, Andy Ashby. A 964. 964 is going to be a hit by pitch. So the Rocket plunks Andy Ashby. Probably not what he was trying to do. But it does set up the double play, which is kind of nice. And I think we're going to leave Scott in there. We're only in the 5th inning. So we're going to leave Scott in there and let Reynolds try to hit away here. 588 is going to be a strikeout, just what Clemens needed. 388 is a strikeout looking. You can't pull the trigger on that one. And that will be out number 1. 2 on and 1 out for Mike Scott. Going to get a bunt here. Got our bunting plays again. So let's see if Mike Scott can get it down. You can see here that bunting success in 1986, which is what I actually used, is 70.9% success rate. And so 1 to 709 basically is a success, in anything above 709, 70.9% is going to be an out. So let's see if he gets it down. He does. That's going to be a 007, and that's going to be a successful bunt. You can see that the play is made by the third baseman. So that's a sacrifice hit here. And 1 sack bunt. Gets 2 into scoring position. So big play there from Mike Scott as he gets the bunt down. And his teammates are giving him high fives as he comes back to the dugout. Okay, Bill Doran, this is the man of the hour. Doran always seems to come up with a big hit. He's like King Griffey. Every time I play with King Griffey Sr., he just seems to come up with a hit. You put him in the lineup, he hits the ball. Same thing with Bill Doran in these playoffs. It's like every time he has a chance, he's either scoring a run or knocking them in. Let's see if he's got what he's got here against Roger Clemens. Clemens is going to win this battle. That is a grounder, and that's going to go to the shortstop. Shortstop coming in hard on it. Makes the catch, quick throw at first, and they get him by half a step. So that's going to be the third out. Houston strands 2 in scoring position, and Roger Clemens pumped up with that one as he gets out of a mess. And we head to the top of the 6th inning. Going to let Clemens continue forward. He's at 19 batters. He can go 30, so he's not really that close to being tired. 563 is going to be a strikeout victim here as he just stands at the plate and watches that one go by. Mike Scott gets him one. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. And it's going to be Wade Boggs to the plate. Boggs over 2. He's got a ground out and a fly out. And he's going to make another out here. He's having a tough series so far in the first 2 games, but I've seen too much Boggs to think that he's not going to come back. He's got the games in him for sure. 309 is going to be, this is a grounder to 310, and that'll be a grounder to shortstop. In the hole, the shortstop is Spike Owen, and he makes the play. I'm sorry, the shortstop is Reynolds, and he'll make the play to first. Make sure I'm on the right team. All right, Marty Barrett. Barrett is 0 for 2, got a liner and a ground out, and this is going to be a strikeout. He's going to add to his resume as he strikes out looking from Mike Scott. Can't believe the call, but Mike Scott gets that, and that's going to be strikeout number 245 for Mike Scott in his first 5 2/3 innings. Billy Buckner. Buckner 1 for 2. He had a single in his last at bat. He's going to get another hit here, and that will be another single, and so he is now 2 for 3. Where did that ball go? That ball went to 9-7, which is a plus 100. Buckner is a 320. Not going to chance that with 2 outs and Jim Rice coming up to the plate, but we'll see if he takes off running. He doesn't take off running. Boston always with the chance here to go yard. So it's a Jim Rice. Jim Rice 0 for 2. He's going to be a victim of a strikeout, and that's going to be a strikeout looking for Jim Rice. Jim Rice now 0 for 3, and that's going to do it for Boston in the top of the 6th. They leave one on, don't get him in, and it is still a scoreless game as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Roger Clemens will be facing off against the heart of the Astros order, and this will be the 3rd time through the lineup for him. Let's see how he does. Billy Hatcher, 604, that's going to be a strikeout, and Billy Hatcher goes down swinging. That's the 2nd strikeout in a row for him, and he is 1 for 3 now. Danny Walling 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Walling batting 3rd. He is 771, will be a walk as Clemens issues only his 2nd walk of the game. One of the things that's always made Clemens such a great pitcher was the number of strikeouts to the number of walks, and just a lot of strikes, pumping a lot of strikes. All right, Glenn Davis. Actually, let's see. Is Walling going to take off? He's a 1 to 12. Not very likely, and he's not going anywhere. Glenn Davis, the first baseman, stands in. Davis 0 for 2. He's got a couple of lineouts. He's hit the ball hard, but he doesn't have anything to show for it. 372. It's going to be another out. That's going to be a fly ball. And this goes to 6-9. 6-9 is that's a fly ball to left field. Right in his tracks is the left fielder Jim Rice. Doesn't even have to move, just stands there and catches the ball for out number 2. No advancement on the play. He's a 1 to 240. There's no advantage given to the runner to advance. So it's going to bring up Kevin Bass. Bass in 1986, 311 hitter, 157 games, 20 RBIs, 20 home runs and 79 RBIs. So excellent season for him. 685 is going to put him in the strikeout range, though, and that will be a strikeout swinging as he goes for the downs and misses. Clemens, strikeout number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for him. And we head to the top of the 7th inning. Still tied This is an excellent game. Exactly what we had hoped for when we put these two pitchers together. And we'll see how it ends. So back half of game number 2, still no score. A smattering of hits for each team. Both pitchers living up to the pregame billing. And it'll be the middle of the order, middle bottom for the Red Sox. It's Evans, Gedman, and Henderson. Watch out for Gedman. 419. That's going to be a fly ball, and that goes to relatively deep left field. Going back on it is Cruz, and he's there to make the play. He's been good all game, coming in and out on those fly balls and liners to left. All right, Rich Gedman, the hero of game 1, is going to be the GOAT here as he strikes out. And that's going to be he's going to be strikeout swinging, and he goes down for the K. Mike Scott adds another K to his resume. He has been outstanding in these playoffs and was outstanding in real life in the playoffs, and he has been just as good here. Dave Henderson, 0 for 2. He struck out in his last at-bat. Not going to strike out here, but is going to make an out. This is a grounder, and that's going to go to 4-7. That's going to be a grounder to shortstop. The shortstop is Reynolds. He comes in and makes the throw to first and gets Henderson by a couple of steps. 1-2-3 goes Boston in the top half of the 7th inning. And who's going to blink first? So far, both pitchers staring them down and mowing them down. And it's going to be Jose Cruz, Andy Ashby, and Reynolds, the shortstop, for Houston in the bottom of the 7th inning. Roger Clemens still on the mound. A 934 is going to be a base hit. 381 is a single. So Jose Cruz with his second hit of the day. He's now 2 for 3. That ball goes to 9-4, which is going to be a minus 200. Not good. That puts him to a 0-90. Definitely not running to second on that. And is he stealing? He is not stealing. And Jose Cruz is going to be standing at first base. Andy Ashby to the plate. He was hit by a pitch. What do we got here? Let's go ahead and bunt him over. Late in the game, let's see what we can do. Try to get something going. We're going to have a bunt, sacrifice bunt. A 129 is going to be a success. That's going to be 5-3 on the putout. So Ashby bunts the runner over to second base. Out number 1, but do get a runner in scoring position. Let's see if that pays off for the Astros. Now the runner at second base, Cruz, is not fast, so it's going to take a little bit of a wallop to get him home, or a little bit of luck. Let's see, Craig Reynolds to the plate. Reynolds is 0 for 2. Here's a 943. That's going to be a base hit, and that will be a single. So things looking up for the Astros as they get that runner to third base. Let's see where that ball was hit, if he's going to have to try and score or not. 10-6. 10-6 is a plus 100, so that makes him a plus 390, 1 to 390. Still not good in my book. We're going to bring in a pinch hitter here for an opportunity to do some damage. Should we do that, or should we try to squeeze? They're going to be playing the infield in. Okay, we're not gonna try to score from third. That's settled. Let us not try to squeeze with Mike Scott. Let us instead go to the bench. We're gonna go to Phil Garner for the pitcher. We'll bring in the relief corps for Mike Scott. Well, let's see if Craig Reynolds, is he going to try to steal? No. All right. Just to make sure about that. Okay, so pitcher's out. Scott's out. Phil Garner's in. He's going to be pinch hitting for Mike Scott. Garner, it's just one of those tough situations where you want Scott to keep going, but By golly, you need some offense. You need somebody to stand in and do something. And I don't think the pitcher card is going to get you very far. So we got Phil Garner in against Roger Clemens. And let's see. Let's see what happens in this matchup. We got runners on the corners, 1 out. Let's see if Garner can at least get a fly ball or something. 722 is going to be a walk, and just as good. So that's a walk. That's going to load the bases. And that man, Bill Doran, is up. We got the infield in, by the way. I got the chart over here. And if it's a ground ball, we're going to play that infield in chart. But we got Bill Doran here. A 390 is going to be an out. Clemens feeling the sweat here. This is going to be a fly ball. Where does it go? It goes to 1-3. 1-3 is going to be to right field, and that's a catch made. Oh, maybe it's not a catch. Maybe it's an error in right field. What do we got here? What do we got? Evans. Dewey Evans is a 983. That's going to be an error on the right field. Oh, my gosh. What a play. And that's going to change everything as we go E9. Everybody moves up 1. That's going to score a run. And everybody is moving up. Oh, what a killer play. Trying to leave Clemens in there so we can pinch hit for him in the next inning. Let's see if he can get out of this. This is still infield in. 639. He's going to get the strikeout. The strikeout is looking, and what a huge play there, as that's out number 2. And bases loaded still. Infield's not in anymore. And we got Billy Hatcher to the plate. Hatcher busted open. Clemens trying to seal the door shut. And this is going to be a grounder that goes to 9-2. That's going to go to second base. Tough play for the second baseman, Barrett. He ranges over, and he's going to glove it, spin, and throw to first. He's going to get the out for out number 3. That will be the 3rd out of the inning, but the Astros break through for the first run on the Dewey Evans error in right field. Huge play in this game, but the Astros got to go to the bullpen now. And who are they going to bring in? Vern Rule, maybe? Had a lot of good luck with Vern Rule. Definitely skipping you, Larry Anderson. Kerfeld and Vern Rule have been really the horses here. Let's see if we can find him. Is he in here? Well, no, I put him in there. Maybe I put him in the wrong team. I don't know. Where did I put Vern Rule? Maybe he's missing. Maybe I'm not supposed to put him in there. All right, well, maybe he's missing. All right, we're going with Charlie Kerfield then. Kerfield. I don't know what happened to Vern Rule. He's missing. Left him at the hotel, I guess. Maybe he's in with the Mets or something. All right, so we're going to go with Charlie Kerfield. That's weird. Kerfield, the right-hander. Oh, you're not coming in for Clemens. Coming in for Scott. Scott goes 7 innings. Goes up 1, 2, 3. 3 hits, no runs, no walks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ks. Great start for Mike Scott. Wonderful start for Mike Scott. And let's see. We got a little bit left in this game. Got a new pitcher coming in right here. Okay. It will be the bottom of the order, Spike Owen, Roger Clemens, well, the pinch hitter, and Boggs. 9:15, that's going to be a good start, as that is a hit for Spike Owen, and that'll be a base knock for him. That's 2 for 3 on the day for Spike Owen. He went to second on a sacrifice hit. Let's see if he steals second base. Okay, not going. And we're going to get a pinch hitter here for the pitcher. That means Clemens is out. And we've got Armas. All right, it's Don Baylor time. So it's a good opportunity late in the game. Let's see if Baylor can come through with something big. He'll be pinch hitting. He's not able to hit except coming off the bench in these National League games. They didn't want to put him out in the field. He's primarily a DH. This is his chance. This is his opportunity against Charlie Kerfeld. 778 is going to be just into the hit range, 778. So let's see what he's got. A 502. 502 is going to base hit, or be a base hit. And let's see where that hit goes. And if we need to do any runner advancement, it'll be to 1-1, which means the runner has to go to third. So Spike Owen, we're going to have a play at third base. He's a 1-620. Good thing he's fast. And he's in there as he goes first to third on the single from Don Baylor, and Boston is cooking as they've got runners at the corners. Let's see if Baylor takes off for third or second. He doesn't. Runners at the corners, nobody out, and Charlie Kerfeld in hot water. We're going to play the infield in here and see how things go. Wade Boggs 0 for 3. Let's see if we can change that. 800 is going to be a hit from Boggs. A 199 is going to be a base knock. So that's going to get one run in. And that knocks in the run from third. Wade Boggs coming through in the clutch with an RBI single. That pushes Baylor to second. Let's see where the ball goes. We need to do any advancement. 8 and an 8 is a plus 100. Don Baylor, has he still got wheels? He does not. So we're going to leave him at second base and runners at first and second with nobody out still. This is going to be a 772. That'll be a walk, and things are not going well for Charlie Kerfeld as the bases are loaded with nobody out. And Bill Buckner stands in. All right, infield in. A 940, it doesn't matter, as he scalds one. That's going to be an 896. 896 is going to be a triple for Bill Buckner as he clears the bases, driving it deep into right center field. And Buckner, putting on the wheels, is going to get a 3 RBI triple, and that is just going to be it for Kerfeld as he comes in and gets lit up. And there goes the Houston Astros lead. Oh, how the tables turn so quickly in a baseball game. So everybody comes around to score. We're going to get a new pitcher. Kerfeld faces 5 batters, doesn't get anybody out, and gives up 4 runs. Not a good line for him. At this point, we got to stop the bleeding. I'm going to bring in the closer. Just somebody to get some outs. Smith, the right-hander. So he's going to go 0 innings. He gives up 2, 3, 4 hits, 4 runs so far, and nothing else. He's only given up hits and runs. So Jim Rice stands in. He is playing left. He's 0 for 3 in this game. He's got a runner at third with nobody out. This is going to be an out. And a 180 is a fly ball. That goes to right field, short right field. Coming in to make the play is the right fielder, Bass. And he's going to make the first out of the inning. That's in a no-go zone, so the runner's going to hold at third. Brings up Dewey Evans. 1 out and a runner at third. A 952 is going to be a base hit. And that'll be a single, run-scoring single for Evans as he puts the icing on the cake for this inning and brings home Bill Buckner. Buckner getting huge congratulations on the bench as he drove in 3 runs with his triple. Let's see if he's going to steal. No steal there from Evans. Rich Gedman to the plate. There's going to be another hit, and it's just getting ridiculously difficult for the Astros here in the 8th inning. 7:55 is going to be a double as Rich Gedman goes off the wall, and that's going to be a 2-bagger. And Evans is not fast. We're going to keep him at third, and Henderson stands in now. It's going to be an out. 8:26 will be a liner, and that goes to the center fielder. Center fielder makes the catch. That's going to be Billy Hatcher on that line drive. He'll make the catch for out number 2. It's a plus 100 if you want to try to score. The person at third is Evans. He's only going to be a 1 to 390. We're not going to do that with Spike Owen coming up. Owen is going to make the out. That's going to be a liner to 710, a liner to left field. And Jose Cruz making the plays all night. Let's see if he does. He does. And so that's going to be a line drive to left for out number 3. But Boston breaks through in a big way and scores 4 in the 8th. Let that be a warning to Boston. Bringing in the relief corps. Not always very relieving. All right. We're going to go with Sam Crawford. I saw that he had pitched in game 1, I think, or game 2. Can't remember. So we'll bring Crawford in and see what he can do. Clemens goes 7 innings. Gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits, 1 run. Only, and that run was it earned? That run was not earned. So 0 earned runs. 1, 2, 3 walks. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ks. So not an unbelievable start, but a good start. A quality start, for sure, for Clemens. So Crawford comes in. Crawford, the right-hander. He's going to come in right here. Facing the middle of the order, Davis, Bass, and Cruz. And he's going to get an out in his first at bat. That's going to be a grounder to 1-9, and that will be a range check on the third baseman. So let's see. And if I remember right, that is definitely past Boggs' range. Boggs is a 1 to 270, so that's going to be another single down the line. So Glenn Davis rips one past Boggs for the base hit. And let's see, he's not going to second base. So the runner is at first with Kevin Bass at the plate. 6:07 is going to be a strikeout for Crawford. And that will be a strikeout looking. That's out number 1. And with Jose Cruz, let's do a little hit and run here. Just to sort of shake things up and get things going. So we roll normally, and then we check our hit and run chart to see if we need to do any adjustments. 392 and a 406 is going to be a ground ball, so no need to adjust anything. The runner will make it to second base. And this is going to be a grounder to 6-4, and that's going to be, it would have been that way anyway. Ground ball to second, Barrett over to first, and goes to second on the fielder's choice. It was going to be a fielder's choice anyway off of the infield plays sheet chart. So runner at second base in scoring position for Andy Ashby. 732 is going to be a hit. And a 909. A 909 is going to be a double as Andy Ashby muscles one down the line. And that's going to be an RBI double for him as the Astros, who showed that they can come back in game one, are coming back again. Let's check our time here. Okay, well, I got to go.